All right, so now that we've looked at PBR, let's take a look at instancing. So we're going to simply start with our usual rendering setup. So a sphere, a geometry, camera, and we're going to use simply a PBR for this one. So we can use what we learned in the previous video, and environment light right there. And we're going to use a ramp, vertical, and then a render. So let's just use it like this. Okay, so this is our simple rendering setup with the PBR in environment map. Now let's change the radius to make it very small so we can add more of these spheres. So to do this, we're going to need some instancing. Instancing is in the geometry, and you need to turn it on right there. And you need to input here chop that or sub element. We're going to use a chop element. The great thing about instancing is that it's going to give you the ability to generate instances of the geometry inside and change elements from these instances, such as translate, rotate, scale, and then in instant 2, you can change more elements such as the color or the textures. The great thing about it is that it's way less intensive for your software to generate instances than to simply create more spheres by just simply copying them. If you could use a merge element here and copy and paste and paste and paste, but of course it's going to be hard for you to do because you will take a lot more time and you cannot do as many elements. But also it's going to be really hard on the software because instances basically is kind of an easy way for your GPU and CPU to create multiple elements without taking too much power. So this is a great thing about instancing. So to create those instances, we're going to use another element that we already use, which is a chop. So first, let's just place a null right there, and as you can see, I can use this as parameter instance chop that's up. And of course, I don't have any elements right there. But this is basically how you can simply drag and drop it right here. And it gives you all these elements that you can change. This is going to be changed by the elements of the different channels inside this chop. So to create those channels, we're going to use another sub. So this is kind of a neat trick. So let's use a grid right here. So a grid is basically just it's just a simple plane right here, but it has a few rows and columns like these ones. So we're going to use exactly that element, and we're going to place it on the Z and X plane. And then we're going to use a sub to chop element. And then you can select which elements from the sub you want to use. So I will use XYZ. So this is the position of the different on the grid of the different rows and columns. So as you can see, TX, TY, TZ right here. And then if I place it right here. Now you can see I have all my elements, and I will use that to translate X, translate Y, and translate Z. So my element is created right here. Of course, now I need to maybe place my camera a bit differently. One of the ways you can place your camera is either by translating and rotating right here, or you can simply click on viewer active there. And if you move your camera right here, you can see that it changes the value of the camera. So it's kind of an easy way to use it. So boom, like this. And as you can see, my spheres are kind of big right now. So let's just change these values a little bit. And maybe we can change also the size of the grid, which is a 1x1, maybe more of a, like this, maybe it's 4x4. And that's it. You have your simple your simple instancing. So this is what we're going to use in the project. And in the following video, we'll take a look at how to play with depth of field.